Hey Canucks fans, the Vancouver Canucks defeated the Calgary Flames 3-2 in a very entertaining game in Calgary. Nikita Zadorov, traded from Calgary to Vancouver on Thursday, ends up scoring the game-winning goal in his first game for his new team. I didn't think it was going to be the game-winning goal, but it was because Calgary scored late. And in Calgary scoring late, they denied me of my first 4-2 Canucks victory. You guys know I predict 4-2 since the very start of the season. Still hasn't come to fruition yet, but I will take a 4-3 victory any day. Just happy that the Canucks won. So let's break down the game. Let's go through the goals first, and then I'll talk about what I liked, what I didn't like, and one other thing. Quinn Hughes starts the scoring just 2 minutes in. A pass from Hronek to Besser, then to Hughes streaking down the left side, and he puts the puck in past Markstrom on the far side. Very similar to the goal he scored against San Jose at home. And Quinn Hughes, his 9th of the season, his career high. Canucks are up 1-0 very early. Then just 6.5 minutes later, it's Sam Lafferty. This one is a Hronek point shot. It either hits Mikheyev, then hits Markstrom, or then it hits Markstrom, then hits Mikheyev. Regardless, it bounces out to Lafferty in the crease. He pounds it home. And this is something that the Canucks did not do enough against Vegas on Thursday. It's how Vegas scored a lot of their goals against the Canucks on Thursday. So Rick Tocchet probably was telling his team, get to the front of the net. And Sam Lafferty did that. And he helps the Canucks take a 2-0 lead. Then the Calgary Flames cut the lead in half before the end of the period. It's on a power play, and Connor Zary does some really, really good work at the Canucks blue line, keeping the puck in. Would have loved to see actually Sam Lafferty show a better effort there, but Zary held him off. Lafferty couldn't get the puck. Then it gets over to Uyghur, then to Ruzicka. Ruzicka takes a shot, and Backlund tips it as he's coming across Demko, and does a good job not to land on Demko, but still scores the goal, and it's 2-1 for Vancouver heading in the first intermission. A pretty uneventful second period, but Mikheyev scores, expands the Canucks lead with just 28 seconds left in the second period. And this was a weird play. It was Pettersson, Lafferty, and Mikheyev, that new line, working really hard, keeping the puck in, cycling, doing some good mucky-mucky work on the boards. Goes back to Hronek. Hronek takes a shot. His stick explodes. And then it bounces off almost like 3 or 4 different players in front of the net, a couple Canucks guys, a couple Flames guys. And I think what happens is both Lafferty and Pettersson, I know the puck hits Lafferty, and then both Pettersson and Mikheyev swipe at it. So I think Pettersson may have swiped it, but then Mikheyev swiped at it later. So Mikheyev gets the goal, Petey gets the first assist, Lafferty gets the second assist, and then Hronek is denied his 3rd point of the game, even though he's the one who got the puck towards the net. Regardless, 3-1 heading into the second intermission. Then no scoring for the first 15.5 minutes, and then it gets crazy. Elias Lindholm scores. This is a tip-in, a broken play in front of the Canucks net, and this one was weird in that it was Hughes, it was Hronek, it was Miller, Besser, and Kuzmenko. That's the other new line tonight, and they were just kind of running around a little bit. And maybe they missed Phil Giuseppe's. I'll get to that in a second. Maybe they missed his presence. Regardless, Demko actually overcommitted, and he slid past his post. And then it was Lindholm that was able to get the puck. And then I think originally they thought that Kadri might have tipped it, but no, it was Lindholm that slides it past Demko. And then it's 3-2. Then Zadorov, the Calgary pulls their goalie quite early, with 2 minutes left. The Canucks ice it 3 or 4 different times, and the Zadorov on the left end. On the left boards, kind of just shoves it out. There was thought that maybe Petey would have tipped it, but I guess not, even though Zadorov pointed to Petey, and the puck bounces and makes it all the way to the other end of the arena and goes into the net. And it's 4-2. Zadorov scores. The primary assist goes to Tyler Myers. So the two big guys combined, 13 feet of fun, combined for what we thought was going to be the insurance goal. So, because it's only 1:20 left. But then Elias Lindholm scores his second of the game. This one is on a power play with the goalie pulled. So it was a 6-on-4. The power play because Noah Juleson, for some reason, decided to bat it out over the glass in his own end. I know he's panicking. I know they're doing everything to protect the lead. I'm not sure why Noah Juleson's out there. But on the goal, Hanifin takes a point shot. It actually bounces off the boards. It catches Demko and Myers kind of unaware. They collide with each other. Elias Lindholm puts it in with 54 seconds left to give some Calgary Flames fans some hope and to deny me of my first 4-2 victory. But to the Canucks' credit, they buckle down. They protect the lead for the final 54 seconds. And yes, Nikita Zadorov has a game-winning goal in his first game with the Vancouver Canucks. The shots were even, 22 apiece, so not a lot of shots. Special teams, Calgary went 2 for 5 on the power play, where the Canucks went 0 for 4. There's a big difference. Hits were relatively equal. Canucks blocked 18 shots to Calgary's 10, and then Calgary had more giveaways, and takeaways were about the same. So what did I like? What did I not like? And one other thing, and I'll try and bring out some stats as we go. What I certainly like the fact that Quinn Hughes got his career high 9th goal of the season, and he played very well, as he always does. Just looking at his minutes right now, Quinn Hughes had 22 minutes and 40 seconds. I also like Philip Hronek's game, 2 assists, could have had 3, but I thought he played well. Also like the way that that Lafferty played, and Mikheyev and Pettersson. That line combined for 5 points. Petey only had 1 assist. He could have had that goal if he touched the Zadorov empty netter. But here's a perfect example of where the score sheet doesn't tell you everything. I thought Petey was the best Canucks player on the ice tonight. He looked engaged. He was responsible defensively. He was good offensively. He was only rewarded with that 1 assist when he was swiping at the puck with Mikheyev, but he was a +3. He was over 50% in the faceoff circle, and he played 21 minutes. And what doesn't show up on there, he also had, I think, 6 shot attempts, and he drew at least 2 Calgary penalties. Yes, the Canucks did not capitalize on the power play, but at least Pettersson was out there drawing penalties. I thought Demko's game was good. Yes, he only made 19 saves, but many of them were quite difficult, and I thought he was a main factor why the Canucks won as well. And I also love the way Nikita Zadorov played. He was a +2. He had the goal, played 17.5 minutes, and he looked poised. He looks a lot more calm and poised than Tyler Myers. We've heard that he plays similar to Tyler Myers, makes a lot of mistakes, takes a lot of penalties, but we didn't see any of that tonight. So there's a few things that I liked for sure, among other things. What I didn't like, well, I mentioned it, Canucks went 0 for 4 on the power play. They only went 3 for 5 on the penalty kill, so I did not like the Canucks special teams tonight. And I'm sorry, I do not like Noah Julesen's game. I would take Mark Friedman over Noah Julesen. I would take Cole McCord over Noah Julesen. Just too many turnovers. When Julesen's good, it's when he's hitting, when he's physical, but he wasn't credited with any hits tonight, no shots. In fact, he had the no goals, no assists, no points, even plus minus, no hits, no shots, and 2 penalty minutes. He took a minor penalty that delayed the game at the very end, and then he had 16 minutes of ice time. So, I did notice that Noah Julesen was shaky. I didn't think Tyler Myers had the best game either, maybe because I was so hyped for Nikita Zadorov, but I thought Myers struggled a few times as well tonight. And up front, I guess the one thing is there were a couple times where I thought that the Besser, Miller, and Kuzmenko line did not do a good job in their own end, but I'll talk about that when I talk about the lines in one other thing. But yeah, I thought they could have done a bit better job as well. Before I get to one other thing, so what I liked, obviously Hughes, like I said, Hronek, Zadorov, Demko. What I didn't like, special teams and Juleson. And then when you went to the analytics, expected goals, the Canucks expected goals was 2.24 and Calgary was 1.81. So that tells you that Vancouver did carry play. The high danger chances were 10-8 for Vancouver. And when you look at the Corsi numbers, basically, how much are you controlling play when you're on the ice? Mikheyev, Pettersson, and Lafferty were 3 of the top 4 players, which makes sense because their line was really good. And then I mentioned the Besser, Miller, and who were they with? Kuzmenko. They were all under 50%. So that kind of speaks to what I referred to earlier. So one other thing, the Canucks tried different lines today. They mixed all 3 of the 4 lines up, and they only kept the Bluger, Joshua, Garland line, and they were fine once again tonight. But on the top line now, or Petey's line, they took Kuzmenko off of it, and it was Petey, Mikheyev, and Lafferty, and they combined for 5 points. The second line, or the other top line, was Miller, Besser, and Kuzmenko. Kuzmenko comes from Petey's line to Miller's line. I thought they were just okay. Then the fourth line then was the three Swedish players, Niels Aman, Niels Höglander, and it was Linus Karlsson that gets in. Phil DiGiuseppe was the healthy scratch. So we'll see if the Canucks stick with those lines as the Canucks host a very powerful New Jersey, although they haven't been that great yet this year, a very powerful Devils team on Tuesday night. That should be a really, really fun game to watch. And on the blue line, we'll see. They were able to reunite Hughes and Hronek today. They kind of had to split them up the last few games because they simply weren't deep enough on the blue line. But tonight, with the addition of Zadorov, the minutes were pretty good, actually. Hughes 22-40, Hronek 21-32, Myers 22. So you have three guys at 21 and over. And then you had Zadorov and Cole with 17 and a half minutes, and then Juleson with 16. I love to see Friedman back in for Juleson. That's the change that I would make on Tuesday. Okay, Canucks fans, tell me what you liked, tell me what you didn't like, and tell me one other thing stemming from this 4-3 Canucks victory over the Calgary Flames. Shout out to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, Perform and Transform, Personal Training, Weight Loss. Thank you, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Carol Bovelander, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members. And thanks to all you for liking, supporting, and for watching this video. On your way out, subscribe, like the video, leave a donation, become a member, upgrade your membership. And don't forget members. I have members Ask Me Anything I'll record that tomorrow. So make sure you go to my community tab on my YouTube channel and leave me a question for my AMA vlog tomorrow. Okay, friends, I hope you have a great rest of the night. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. God bless, and go Canucks go.